Thank you for tuning in to Gloves Off Seattle. Your hosts, Patti and Meagan, will be talking about all things Seattle women's hockey. A huge Pacific Northwest welcome to the PWHL. Gloves Off Seattle! Well, hello, and welcome to another episode of Gloves Off Seattle.
Gloves Off Seattle.
We don't have any Torrent games to talk about, guys. So
No Torrent games. That's what happens when you release a bonus episode.
I know.
Number 11.
I know.
Was it our 11?
It was 11.
Thank you, Carrie, for telling us.
Yeah, for reminding us that
Yeah.
your kiddo, she said it was a great episode, which I thought was really funny. Okay, so we'll talk about that a little bit later. That was from season ticket holder open practice this morning. So we'll go through the weekend and we'll talk about everything that happened because we did release a bonus episode on Friday because we had games on back-to-back games Tuesday, Wednesday. So the whole thing was, and we talked about this a little bit on the bonus episode, is that Wednesday's game, everyone wanted us to lose because that would have meant we were mathematically eliminated. And so there was
start raking in the goal
yes,
points.
and so there was tons of discussion. And anyway, long story short, we didn't end up losing that game. We won in regulation, which was the only way that we could hold on. So I want to have this discussion before we start talking about the other stuff that happened this weekend, because Saturday's games, interestingly enough, held implications for us, which, I mean, obviously
My
every
wife
game.
did not like that, though.
I don't like the fact that we don't have anything to do with it. Like, I mean, obviously, like we do, I mean, in the big picture of it, but like having our elimination like hang in the balance.
Fate in somebody else's hands.
Yeah, I just don't like that.
Yeah.
It's not my favorite. So the long story short about all this was there were 3 games on. We were us and who else? There was only 2 teams that didn't play on Saturday.
Was it us and
I don't know. That's really bad now because I don't remember. It wasn't Boston.
Vancouver? Was it us in Vancouver?
It must have been us in
think it was us in
Vancouver.
Vancouver.
Yeah, it must have been us in Vancouver.
Yeah.
Okay, so the long story short of the whole thing is the first game of the day was the most important game to Torrent fans because the math on that was if the New York Sirens won at all
in any fashion.
Yeah, in regulation or in overtime,
shootout, any win.
Yeah, so 2 or 3 points would have meant that we were mathematically eliminated. So the funny thing is, and I'm going to give credit, Brian, Clink, we got to clink for Brian. Yeah, Brian sent us a Reddit thread, and I'm not on Reddit, and I just can't do another thing. But I appreciate the fact that Brian and Ava to keep us in the know of what's going on out in that community. But sent us this graphic that somebody Mathlete.
Thank you, Mathlete
One, which we appreciate. The name is great. On top of everything else, put this graphic together that basically said everybody's probabilities of making the playoffs. And so the funny thing is that when you go down the thing, so the top 3 have 100% chance of making the playoffs because they're already in. So that's Boston, Montreal, and Minnesota. Then you come to the Scepters. The Scepters are currently in 4th place, so they're currently in contention to be in the playoffs. They're in the playoff position, 63% of making the playoffs.
And that was before the last.
This was before the games on Saturday. So this was all before the games on Saturday. I haven't seen the updated version of this, and I will talk about that because that's math, and I want to talk about it a little bit. So then the Ottawa Charge, who was in 5th place before all this, had a 19% chance of making the playoffs.
And they won.
Yes. Well, so that's the thing that was the second game of the day. And that was Toronto, Ottawa, and they flip-flopped. So that's what happened, is that they flip-flopped on the day.
Uh-huh.
So then New York, which was the game that we were concerned about, had an 18% chance of being in the playoffs. And then Vancouver, who was in seventh place, had a 0.03% chance. And this is the best. The Torrent, who's in last place, had a 0.002% chance of making the playoffs as of pre any of those games on Saturday morning. So
0.003%.
No, 0.002%.
0.002%.
Yeah, chance. So going into the game, New York could win in any way. So 2 or 3 points would have mathematically eliminated us. I don't even want to go through the math on that. That is not my forte, but I believe it. I believe that that's the case because this person actually went through and kind of did the points and how it worked out. And I believe them. I believe that they know what they're doing. So New York they were playing, shoot, who did they play?
New York played, did they play Montreal?
Wow, this is bad, guys. Okay, so who did New York play? You talk about something while I
It was
look up.
Ottawa and
I was Ottawa and Toronto
okay, so was it it had to be Montreal.
because Boston played the Frost.
Boston played the Frost, right?
Boston played somebody at TD Garden.
Right.
Are we sure that wasn't Montreal? Yeah, see, this is bad, guys. I'm sorry. We should have
Okay, New York played Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Ottawa
Okay.
played Toronto.
Okay.
Montreal played Boston.
Okay, there we go. Because
Okay.
I was like, it was the big TD Garden game.
Yeah, that
Okay.
was Montreal at Boston.
So all that, so they played the Frost. And that was
Yes.
that I remember now because we're like, oh, we're
It's
gonna have
so
a
hard
hard
for us to root for
cheer
the
cheer for the
Frost.
Frost.
Yes, it's very hard.
Honestly, just because we want someone else to win the Walter Cup
Yeah.
this year, guys, like
Anyone but
really
Minnesota.
anyone but Minnesota, just because we want to see another person, like another team win. So a
Absolutely.
three-peat is a lot. That's a lot for the first three seasons. So
Yeah.
in all seriousness, it's hard for us to root for Minnesota for that reason very specifically. So we weren't really rooting for anybody to win. We just were kind of rooting for New York to lose because I didn't want our fate to be in somebody else's hands. That bothered me. And I know there's a lot of
It's
people that
totally another
disagree
person.
with me. I know. Everybody disagrees with me. Everybody just wishes that we would have gotten eliminated on Saturday because then this next game would start counting towards gold points. So what did happen is New York lost. Minnesota won. So it doesn't change anything for Minnesota because they've already clinched.
Yeah.
But it did put New York in a actually I guarantee you their percentage went down. I don't think our percentage went down. Our
If it went up,
percentage
it went up
yeah, yeah
infinitesimal.
infinitesimally.
Yeah.
Because what happened was Ottawa won over Toronto, which then now flip-flopped them. So now because they were 1 point apart, and so now Ottawa is 2 points ahead,
Ahead.
2 points ahead. So
Hmm.
it did flip-flop them. So Ottawa's in fourth place and Toronto's in fifth place.
Yeah.
So I guess I really wanted to have that discussion. We still have
Very
a
small.
snowball's chance in hell, let's be honest,
Yeah.
of making the playoffs because it is such a long shot and so many things. Like literally, Ottawa can't win another game. If
Mm-mm.
Ottawa wins one more game, we are out. We're out. So
Hmm.
like that, it is. It's definitely in other people's hands too. But the
We still
most
have to win every
the
game.
most yes, we have to win every game. But the most interesting thing now is coming into this game on Tuesday night. We are playing against Vancouver.
2 games in a row.
It is win, lose or die.
Whoever wins is still
Still in
alive. Whoever
that loses
loses
is
is start
eliminated.
racking up your
Yeah.
gold points.
Yeah. Because no one else plays between now and then. So because no one is currently eliminated, the only person who can eliminate us or them is us or them. And
Hmm.
so it's whoever wins this game is who continues on with
With their very
with
small
very small
chance.
chance of playoff contention. And then we play each other again,
Hmm.
the next Saturday, which I think
Two
there are
pretty
other
big
games in
games.
front of us at that point. And
Yeah.
so that there will be more um can we survive moments if we survive, if we win against Vancouver. So we will always be cheering for the Torrent to win. I will just want to say that. Like we will,
Always, absolutely, 100%,
yeah,
hands down.
we will always be cheering for the Torrent to win, even if it is advantageous for us to not win as
We can't not do it.
right as of right now. And so we're gonna hop over Saturday night because I want to talk about that. We can talk about that last because I want to then talk about this morning. So it's Sunday. We're recording on Sunday afternoon. A good time for me to record Sunday Sunday afternoon. But we were invited to come as season ticket holders to an open practice this morning for the Torrent.
It
And
was
so
packed.
we just went as fans. Like we took the kids. We didn't, no press, no nothing, no formality. Just like, hey, we want to go and be fans and cheer and
And yeah,
stand
and have
and
fun.
have fun.
Yeah.
And it was so much fun. And I have not seen the team in such high good spirits as we did this morning. I mean, and they're normally like a very happy-go-lucky,
Very.
fun-loving team, but they were goofing around. I mean, the coaches were banging on the glass trying to get people to chant. Like, I mean, I mean, Christine Bumstead is kind of like she's my girl now.
Yeah.
Like, I just love her because she normally is like the one that's trying to get everybody amped at the practices. So it was
But
really
all the
fun.
coaches were banging their sticks on the
Oh yeah, no, they all were.
sideline.
Yeah, to try and get
People
chants going, try and get
cheering.
chants going and stuff.
Yeah,
So
it was cool.
so there was a lot of 5-on-5 play, which is really cute because our oldest was like, oh, it looks like they're just, it's a hockey game there. And then the little one was like,
But
yeah,
they're all
torn against
torn.
torn. Exactly. He was trying to meant to, oh, speaking of our kids, so those that watch our podcast, our oldest has asked that we now play find the Lego hockey player on the podcast set. So we're gonna move it every week, and feel free comment in the comments where's the Lego. I'll give you a hint. She's pink, so if you can find the pink behind us on the set, we're not gonna point her out anymore, but we're gonna move her every time because our
But
kiddos.
she's there. Did you see her?
I didn't see her. I don't know where
Oh,
she is. I'd have to
so
turn
you
her.
might be blocking her.
I maybe. Oh, I don't know. I didn't look at that.
I don't know either.
Oh, I don't know.
Go to the side for a
Okay,
second.
okay.
She's somewhere back there.
She's somewhere behind us on the set. So we'll make sure that she's visible, but that'll be the new game, and we'll try and remember to remind everybody. And
We'll try to remember to move her every
yeah,
time.
we'll try to remember. That's true. That's true.
So that was fun.
So anyway, it was really fun, and they mostly did 5-on-5, but at the end
They were doing shootout practice.
Yeah, which was really fun to watch, especially because the goalies got in on it, guys.
Yes. I mean, Hannah Murphy tried with the goalie stick and the glove and the blocker.
And then
so she was oops all goalieing it.
Yes.
But then Schroeder
came out, and I was like, whose blocker and glove is that on the ice? And then I looked up, and Schroeder's has
got regular
gloves on and a regular stick. I'm like, she threw down her goalie stick, and like she's got a regular stick in her hands. I'm like, oh, she's gonna go for it. Like she's gonna go for it, and she did. And I actually took a video of it. I need to get it posted. I will. I'll post it. But I'll post it. But I took a video of it, and it was really good. It was a good attempt. She didn't make it in, but it was a good attempt.
Goalie made it in, but it was a really good attempt.
Yeah, they both shot against CJ. Oh no, did Murphy shoot against Schroeder?
Schroeder's? I don't remember.
I don't either. I don't think I got a video of it because I wasn't anticipating it like I was with Schroeder's because I saw her switch gloves, and I was like, oh, we're gonna get some goalie on goalie action.
She was ready.
But then she was also just slapping him in on the other side, and it was actually really fun to see. It was really fun to watch. It was one of those moments of like, they all used to do everything. Like it's not like they don't know how to shoot pucks, and just because they're a goalie, like it doesn't mean they don't know how to shoot the puck, and they don't know how to skate and all that kind of stuff. So
and Wilgren.
Oh yeah, so
he's hot dogging it.
This is the thing. Anna Wilgren is a defender. Like and so for those that don't know, that much about our team, like she's a defender. And so she was put in a shootout mid-season. I don't remember. It might have been before the Olympic break.
Yeah, I think it was.
And she
got the first goal.
Got the first shootout goal.
Totally deked out the goalie.
Yeah.
And had him. I don't know what the goalie was thinking.
And she and Steve put her out first. I mean, but Steve put her out first. And we're all like, wait, what's going on? She's a defender. Like, why is she out there? But when we saw shootout practice today, she's got a bunch of moves. So I think there's a very good reason why he put her out there, which is just so interesting because during the game, I don't feel like she does a lot of shooting. Like
I don't know how many shots on goal she has.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's a defender through and through. And it's funny because when she was practicing today, she scored one that was it was awesome to watch. And then the whole team was like, go again, go again. She didn't go again.
Yeah.
I mean, she took a lot of shots, but she didn't go, not back to back, but it was making me laugh.
Yeah, they were having a lot of fun. Teresa, Chef Saul's birthday was today. They all got her in mid-ice and then bounced her around and
bounced around like slam dance.
Saying happy birthday to her. That was really fun. And it was also team pictures, which happened before, we were there, but it was team pictures. Yeah, it looks like they had a really good time. So I will say, going into Tuesday's game, much less travel. Obviously, they just have to get on a bus and go up to Vancouver, which is a couple hours. So not a whole.
Do they bus up or do
I'm sure they bus up. Oh yeah, it's so much cheaper to bus up than it is to fly up.
Okay.
I mean, somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm almost 100% positive that. Oh, we're gonna say Brian. I said Brian may know. I don't know.
Brian, but I don't know what they do.
I don't know. Anyway, so it'll, hopefully the travel won't be hard for them, whatever it looks like, whether it's flying or busing. My guess is busing. And that, and that, they just seem to be in such good spirits. So it was really fun to see them. And shout out to everybody we saw at practice this morning. It was really fun.
Meg saw a lot of people. I don't know. I saw Jason waving. We talked to Carrie.
Yeah,
her dog.
Megan was there. My nurse Megan was there. April, who gave us jelly at the Puck Place Market, was there. Alicia was there. Alicia was just there actually scoping out the parking lot for Tuesday because they're taking a bus up on Tuesday.
Oh, right.
So remember, we all met up at KCI for the first bus up, and that's where we loaded on there. And she just was trying to make sure there was enough space because I guess there was construction in one of the parking lots. Anyway, good to see her. Really the whole crew, the whole Torrent crew were there, and we now know it's because there was team pictures. Yeah, so they were. Yeah, they do. They look really good. So. Yeah, no, it was a good.
Oh, we saw Baby Crab and her
That's
mom's.
my baby
Yeah.
crab and her mom's. Yeah.
They recognized us. They were walking in behind us and
Yeah.
they're like,
Do
Are
you have
you close out Seattle?
yeah, do you have a
We're like,
podcast?
yeah. And the
Yeah.
kids hate when people like
Yeah, they're
talk
like,
this. I know. And they're like, this Baby Crab. We're like,
baby
oh
crab.
my God,
Yeah.
Baby Crab. So
I shook her hand. I was
yeah,
like, I have to shake crab's hand. So we are going to try and make it happen that we get baby crab and her mom's on the podcast at some point in the near future, because we just think it'd be awesome to,
totally awesome.
yeah, to have her on and talk about her Oops All Goalies experience. And I don't know if they're planning on playing in the next one because there's one in May that's coming
There
up
is one
too.
in May.
So yeah.
Co-ed.
Yes, not all female, but
Mm-mm.
yeah. Um, okay. Anything else from this morning that we need
Hmm.
to talk about? So there was no Torrent game this weekend, obviously, so we don't have a Torrent game to talk about. We do have
Mm-mm.
another game to talk about, but we'll get to that.
I think
Anything else?
I think that was it.
Okay. So the big news of the weekend is Patty and Megan are now football fans.
It started in New
It
Jersey,
did
and you
start.
know it. We
It
talked
start.
about
It
it.
did start in New Jersey. So the long story about all that is that we met the women's tackle football team called the Atlanta Truth. They are all part of the league. It's called the WNCA, WNFC. Don't believe me.
I think
WNFC,
that's right.
yes, is the name of the league. I don't know why I said what I said before.
Women's
National
National Tackle
Football
Football Club,
for
Football Corporation.
I have no idea.
Mm.
WNFC, somebody will tell us what it stands for. But so they are part of this league, as are the Seattle Majestics. So we have a team here in Seattle, which actually has been around for a very long
Yeah.
time,
Did you
which we
say
were
15 years? Was that
well,
what
I know
you
that
said?
they've been part of the WNFC for 7 years, is what she said,
Okay.
and I think that they were another team before, a more
Another league.
yeah, in another league before that, because Women's Pro Hockey Seattle, Zoe, well, I'm assuming it's Zoe because it was coming from their account, actually,
Knew
set
about them?
commented that they'd seen him in 2006.
Oh,
I
awesome.
know. So
That's
yeah,
20 years
I know.
ago.
So that's what I'm saying. Like I think they've been around
Oh.
for a really long time. So this is something that obviously isn't new, but it's still small enough that we really wanted to talk about it and pump it up and all that kind of stuff.
We want to do whatever we can do to get people to go to these games. We had so much fun.
Yeah, so the team's been around for quite a while, and so it was really exciting. We got to talk to Riley, who is there, and this is she's volunteer. Like most of these people volunteer for this league, so she volunteers to do their social media, and I don't know what else she does. She looks like she does a lot.
Husband,
Yeah,
like,
her husband's
sponsors it. He was doing the 50-50 drawing. He came and met us in
yeah, at the
line.
in line. Yeah, we're standing in line and they come and meet us in line and they give us field
Megan?
passes. Yeah,
Megan.
yeah. They give us field passes, which was just very, very sweet. It was really awesome. And just to go and like I said, just to be a part of it and see it, it was really exciting. And I just want to say this, like I grew up watching football, you guys, like forcibly, like it was not my choice or anything like that. I never really been into football. Football's always been boring. I will honestly say I played in band, so I, had to go to football games because I was in the marching band when I was in high school. And again, never cared about football, not once, not once. But this game was actually exciting and it
It's
was
really
fun to watch.
fun.
And I'm like, is it because it's women? Like that's what we started talking about on the way home. As I'm like, I've never been into football before. Number one, I felt like the game moved pretty quickly.
It was
there
fast
wasn't,
paced.
it didn't feel like there was long walls. I mean, there was even commercial, there's even commercial,
And those weren't long either.
no, like maybe 2 minutes.
Halftime
So
didn't drag on. It was
yeah,
really, the pace it was well
yeah.
paced. Yeah.
So anyway, so that I just all that to say, like it was not a usual football experience like I had had before growing up in the Midwest, having family that were Chiefs fans and having to go to those games or watch those games on TV or whatever the case might be. It felt a lot different. So I think the big thing to mention is that there's 6 games as their entire season. They play 3 away and 3 home, and we're already halfway through the season. So they had 2 away games, and then last night was their home opener.
So they have two more home
They have
games.
2 more home games, which are in
May
May.
2nd. Is
I
it
think
May
it's May
2nd and May
2nd.
9th?
I believe so. I believe
Okay.
it's back. I think it's, don't quote me on that. I know the next home game is May 2nd. It may be 2 weeks after that is their next home
It might
game.
be because they have another home game too, and
They
they
have a
have
new away
weeks
game.
buys. Oh, I'm an away game.
Yeah, so their next game is May 2nd. So the 2 week bye, and then May 2nd is their next home game. And then I think that there may be an away game in between that and their next home game. But they're on all social media and you can look them up. I mean, like you can Seattle Majestics, it's not hard to find them. They're everywhere. But I will say this, tickets are very reasonably priced. It's general admission. Not a easy, it's an easy ask, especially if you're used to torrent prices. Like you'll be excited about this. It is in Kent. I will say that. It's at French Field, which is
High school in Kent.
high school stadium in Kent.
Hmm.
So it is not public transit friendly. We were having this conversation with Ava because
She
Ava's
probably wants to come to a
she
game.
wants to come to it. She's like, I want to come to a game, but they don't. I can't get there by public transit. And of course, we're like, Ava, we'll pick you up, no problem. But I just think, but it's true. Like, I mean, people like her who don't own a car or that's not their usual form of transportation, like it
Not
is
easy
near
to get
impossible
to.
to get to
Yeah.
for them. So all that to say you can go see them in person, like, the ways that we just, basically getting to French Field to see them in person, or they stream all these games on Victory Plus. And it's the whole league. It's not just ours. So there's four divisions. So that's the other thing we should talk about
Hmm.
is that this is not a centrally owned league. It's not like the PWHL. There are four divisions and each team is a franchise. So there's a commissioner, but then each team is a franchise. And so we are in the Northwest division. So there is a Pacific division, a Northwest division,
Atlantic
Atlantic, and
and
I don't know.
the other one.
Anyway, there's four divisions. So
We started following them on all the socials. So
we've
now
been,
we're on
yeah, we
football.
now we're on football talk for sure. We were definitely getting a lot of that.
Hmm.
But it was an amazingly fun game. The one thing, we did notice because there was a couple of different rules that we were unaware of. And one of them had a lot to do with the kicking. And we found out mid-game that the kicker had broken their wrist. So she
Majestic
wasn't,
kicker had a broken wrist.
yeah. So
So
our
we were kicking
kicker,
a lot.
yeah, we were not kicking a lot because I think whoever was kicking for us was not the normal
Not the
kicker.
normal kicker.
But the rules, the difference in the rules that we could surmise and we talked through with some people were one of the big ones was that they start on the 45-yard line when they do kickoffs, and they do that so they're closer together, so there's not as much high impact hitting, and they
Safety.
do that for head safety. So again, much appreciate to this group as like with the PWHL, they have a strong emphasis on safety, especially around the head.
Absolutely.
I did see in one of the Atlanta Truth social posts that they had the cloud, the puffy thing on top of their helmet,
Oh yeah.
which is a new thing. It's part of like concussion
Oh
prevention. So
wow.
I've seen it like once in the NFL because my dad, just so everybody knows, my dad is an NFL fan, and so we actually called him this morning to ask him about some NFL rules because I'm like, wait, what's the difference between this and the NFL? So he could tell us what the difference was. But he said that yeah, some of the NFL players are using them now, but it looks like
Wow.
a quilted pillow thing that like fits over
Over the
their
helmet.
helmet. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Brains are
I
important.
know brains are very
Protect your
important. And so,
brain.
but to me, it's like if it's just one added layer of protection, like who cares if it looks silly? I mean, it
Right.
doesn't really look silly, but it's just like who cares if it looks
Who cares
different?
if it looks
Yeah, it all, yeah.
cool? Like, come
Yeah, protect
on.
yourself.
Yeah.
So anyway, so
Different rules.
so the different rules, yeah. So the 45-yard kickoff is one rule. And then
When you score a touchdown,
when you score a touchdown, there's
usually you can go for 1 or 2 points in the NFL or whatever other teams. In
right.
this league, you can go for one,
One.
2 or 3 points,
Right.
which 1 point is a field goal, 2 points is you run it in from the 3 yard line,
3-yard line.
and then 3 points is you run it in from the 10
10-yard
yard line.
Yeah.
So very interesting. And another very interesting rule on interception
Oh yeah.
and fumble recoveries. If you fumble recover or interception and you run it down for the touchdown,
Which I think that's called a touchback in the NFL. I
I don't
couldn't
know.
get
Your
my
dad
dad.
didn't
I know
say
my dad
that.
didn't say that, but I think it's
I don't
anyway.
know. It's a huge say for someone who doesn't,
Wow.
not
I
sure.
feel what is a touchback if that's not a
I
touchback?
don't know. I don't know that Brian will know. He'll Google it because he's Brian. But nine
He's gonna
points if you score on an interception or a fumble. 9 points.
Brian's gonna start charging us for the for for the
As
info
he should.
the info lookup on these episodes. Anyway, whatever it's called, when you score off of an interception or a fumble, when the other team has possession and you gain possession and then you run for a touchdown, whatever that's called, yes, it's worth 9 points in this
points.
league. So that's huge, obviously. So it's kind of, it's cool that there's a little bit different. They basically said other than that, they follow NCAA rules. And so if we were questioning what some of the rules were, it's NCAA. And my dad said that the NCAA is different than the NFL. Like there are just some differing rules than
I
that.
just love it because as a as fans of the PWHL, we love when you're like, you know what, let's just go all out and make our own rules, make our own game. And I love it, you know.
But when they make rules that make sense, like that's what I get. That to me, it's
Gotta make a
like,
game exciting.
right. Yeah. It's like, why not make a rule that makes sense? Like the jailbreak rule, like the jailbreak goal rule in the PWHL just makes sense. Like, why not let the person out if you score a shorthanded goal? The person gets out if the other team scores a goal. Why
Yeah,
not? Like,
yeah,
why not? Like, it
yeah.
totally makes sense. So anyway, all that to say.
So
Um,
exciting.
it was very fun game. It was very full of action. The team, I mean, just the players, they were pumped. We got to meet a couple players
Uh,
after.
on the first kickoff,
Oh, they
the Toronto or
Seattle
Seattle
Majestics.
Majestic ran back for a
Touchdown. Yeah,
touchdown.
and we caught it on live because we were live because we're like, oh, we'll do the kickoff, we'll do a kickoff live, like it'll be fun, whatever. And then they ran it back for a touchdown. So I was like, oh, we got the first touchdown live. It's really
Love
sweet.
it.
I know. Riley was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you got it. And I was like, well, I was just recording. It wasn't like I was purposely doing it. It just was like it happened. So
And they rewarded
yeah, and
us.
they did. Yeah, so they I will say this too. Riley does an excellent job because she posts on their social media when they get a touchdown and who scored the touchdown. So the in it's not in arena, in stadium announcer um was doing a pretty good job of calling. He kept misidentifying Zero though. Every time that
Oh
Zero
yeah.
did something, he called a
Call
different
him a
name.
different name.
And then she was like, "No, that's Zero. She's so and so." I was like, "Okay, like get Zero right. Like you had
There
it
was
written down
also
wrong."
the face painting. He said they were face painting in section 6 and it was only
Oh,
balloons.
that's right.
He said that
Yes,
twice.
there was balloons and face painting for the first two announcements, and then he was like, "Just kidding. There was
It's
no
only
it was
balloons.
only balloons. There was no face
Yeah.
painting." But he was doing a good job, and he was actually the one that alerted us to the 1, 2, and 3 rule because we didn't realize that there was a different rule, and he said it, and we were like, "Wait, wait, wait!" I have my hand raised for those that are
Wait,
listening and
wait,
not
wait.
watching. I was like, "Wait, wait, wait! What is 3?" Like I'm like, I know what 1 and 2 are. Like, what's 3? What's 3 points? So, yeah, so it was really fun. We got to go down on the field after the game. Anything else we want to talk about during the
Well, I mean,
game?
there were food trucks, there was a snack bar, they
Yeah.
sold merch.
Merch. Oh
We
yeah,
got
we
some
got yeah, of
merch.
course, because Patty's like, I'm going to the bathroom and she comes back with t-shirts. I'm like,
They had pride
this
t-shirts.
this the woman who complains about how many t-shirts. I have so many t-shirts, they are now
I only
overflowing
just stack
on
them
my
on.
on
I didn't put
on
them
top of my
anywhere.
dresser. Yeah. So and she just bought me another t-shirt. So whose fault is this, guys? Really, like, let's be
Hey,
honest.
I have wide shoulders. I can take it.
My shoulder's broken. I can't do anything right
I got you, babe.
now. Oh, anyway,
So after we,
it's a good thing that nobody can smell this podcast because I smell very much
like,
like
and
ointment right now because of my stupid
my
shoulder.
poor wife.
I know. I have a hurt shoulder right now, guys. We don't really know what's going on exactly, but we have a sneaking suspicion that I'm unfortunately rapidly moving towards some kind of surgery. So it'll be fine. It hurts a lot today. So
Yeah.
I'm ointmented up. It's so good thing no one can smell this episode. Yeah, Patty can smell me, but that's it. Yeah.
My sinuses are open.
Yeah, the menthol is a flowing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So afterwards we went down, we met the players, we met
We got to meet
Naomi
Naomi Lee.
and
She actually she contacted us on social media prior to because we had started following the team and basically just hyping up the game. And she's just so sweet. And we gave her a friendship bracelet because I was like, we brought a couple with us because I was like, oh, we should definitely give out friendship bracelets. And then we met another player, her
yes,
Risky,
Risky.
right, who
Yes.
is a former goalie.
Former
She
goalie.
played for West Virginia. She
She
said
played for West Virginia.
she started the program
Yeah.
there. So she was one of the first people that played hockey at West Virginia.
And they were
So
trying to say, oh, it translates. It translates. Hockey translates to
yeah,
football, which Risky was all in.
yeah,
He was there. He's also a firefighter. I mean,
yeah,
come on.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It was pretty impressive. And
Yeah.
then, oh, what's her name?
Oh,
Zumi.
is that Zumi
I think it was
with the
Zumi
makeup?
with the makeup. Oh my
Full
gosh, full
face.
face of makeup. I mean, this makeup was so on point. I was like, holy, I wanted it. I wanted
I turned
somebody.
around. My wife was gone. I'm like, wait, she was right here. She's over talking to Zumi.
It was just funny though, because she took her helmet off and I was like, oh, I was waiting for somebody to have a full face of makeup on underneath their helmet.
Found
That's
it.
amazing. Anyway, so she was, yeah, I guess that's her thing is like she does these looks for the game, which is just, it was immaculate. I
Yeah.
think a couple games ago she had like on, because their colors are navy and lime, she had on like lime, like lipstick. Oh, it was great. Anyway, so I got
We're going to the
excited.
next home game.
Yeah, we are. So we're gonna go to the next
For May 2nd.
May 2nd. We're gonna be there. We think our season's gonna be over. The Torrent season's gonna be over. The chances, the
The
point zero zero
chances are
two percent chances.
high that we're not going to be playing hockey at that point.
So if for some reason there is a playoff game at that point that we need to be at, obviously we will probably change our plans because the Torrent will be our priority. But all that to say, if things go the way that we're probably expecting them to go, we're guessing we probably will be out of playoff contention at that point, and that we will not have any more hockey to watch that weekend. So, well, I mean, we'll have playoff hockey for the league, but we won't have Torrent hockey to watch.
We
So
won't have much to cheer for.
yeah, well, we'll have anybody but the Frost. That's what we'll be. That's what we'll be cheering for. Anybody. That's right. Anybody but the Frost. Okay, so anything else to talk about?
No, I mean, it was just really a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun.
A little cold, not too cold.
No, it was okay. I mean, I wore the right amount of layers. I wore layers, but I wore the right amount of layers. So, no, and then it'll just get warmer, guys. Like as May comes around, like hopefully it'll be nicer in the evening. So it was really fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
We definitely recommend if you can make it, come out see the team. Yeah. Yeah, again, they're just the tickets are very inexpensive and it's a good atmosphere, like a good
all the fans are sitting together too.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Because
the away team.
Yeah, there were people cheering for the away team and they were from California.
Right behind us,
like Central California.
Yeah, right behind us. I was like, oh, I guess we're not sitting across the field. We're just sitting right next to us. So no, but it was good. Like it was just like I said, it was all good. And that was the other thing that we noticed, like on the field too. Like players felt, we're on the ground. Everybody's helping everybody. It doesn't matter what team you're on.
Sportsmanship was through the roof.
Yeah, and just like good camaraderie after the game. I mean, I was like, oh, where's the high five line? But it was almost like a group hug. Like it wasn't like a high five, but it was like a group hug.
There was no line. It was just a group hug.
Yeah, they just all got
out
together.
there and all the families came out and it was really, it felt welcomed and it felt really good.
It was good. It was definitely a good vibe. So we highly recommend it. We'll be there at the next one. Okay, so coming up, we have a game. It's an away game against Vancouver on Tuesday night. So this is another do or die it's a do or die for both Vancouver and us. We will record an episode afterwards. It may be a special episode. We're still in the works with that.
Special.
Yeah, we might be able to have a guest on for that one. So we'll see.
Collab.
Yeah, we'll see. I think that'll work out. With just timing, it's gonna be a little iffy with the timing to try and get everybody together, but we're gonna try and make that happen.
My work.
Yeah, your work, school, everything. Anyway, but and then we will have a game on Saturday, and so that'll be our episode for next Monday. So we'll definitely, either way, we'll have a bonus episode whether we end up with our special guest or not. We will have a bonus episode that will drop probably Thursday. After that game on Tuesday, and then we have a home game on Saturday, which it feels like it's been forever since we've had a home game, so it'll be really nice.
Not forever since we've seen our team.
No, yeah, it was nice. It was nice seeing them this morning for sure. So yeah, we're excited to get back home, but we will be rooting them on from afar. On
we
Tuesday.
Can't go to the game.
No,
in Vancouver. We want to.
Absolutely, but between school and work, and we've had all these trips, like we just couldn't even imagine, even just getting out of town for a day right now. So. Okay, what is your final word?
Oh, my final word, women's sports. Everybody watches women's sports. That's 2 words. That's my final words. And it just rings true time and time again.
Yeah. It was really fun. It was a fun weekend. Even though it wasn't a full hockey weekend, we did do some hockeying, but it was fun to go watch the Seattle Majestics too. So
yeah, definitely go there again.
Okay, guys. I think that's it. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye. And that's the show. Tune in next time for another episode of Gloves Off Seattle.